Hey, Muffin here. Another fun subscriber request challenge. So, did quite a bit of these and I saw this challenge and I just thought, yeah, that is actually quite interesting. And it is quite a different way of going in and trying to play Blitz, which is to only play on roads and paths. So, you can't actually go on grass, and so the whole thing is tanks have to stay on roads and paths. So any dirt paths are okay, but you have to stay off grass. So this one, I thought going into it would be quite a challenge because you really don't think of it so much, because as the tank in Blitz, you basically just drive anywhere you want, kind of like where you need to go to do what you need to do. And in this, I really give a shout out to my subscribers that helped with this, because they all did an excellent job really sticking to it and trying to stay on the paths, and it really opened up some big challenges. This Bulldog, for instance, poor Bulldog, I don't think his team was purposely trying to push him, and he's trying to get out of there, looking backwards, just trying to back up, and unfortunately he's not able to get out. But these subscribers, just awesome job, actually did stick to the paths and roads. So you can see just from the different perspectives that are going to change, that's what they're doing. There are these little narrow paths that kind of wind through the map, and they really stick to that. And in a normal battle situation, you're going to different spotting areas, you're crossing over fields, you're going, peeking over hills. And with this, you had to take a step back and think of like, okay, I want to get to this destination, but I have to try to look for the path or road to get there. Now, there's a few different maps we actually do use. Some of them we didn't quite use, was like New Bay, because the entire thing is basically a road. But we did things like Vineyards, Normandy, where there are these like different paths, and in each one of these maps that the subscribers are trying to do this challenge on, they're trying to stay only on paths and roads while doing a battle. So you can see this bat chat got over here to this position because of that narrow little path. And it's even funny, this FV, he stops right at this intersection of this path to turn and then go down the path. And this bat chat's trying to get away, going down the same path, because that's the only way to really get out of there. And even the tanks trying to chase the bat chat and the FV are trying to follow the paths as well while trying to get him. Now this FV is just doing the Matrix completely. Like, he gets lucky. Just watch these shells. Just so lucky while trying to get away and still being able to stay on the road. So closing in just here on this first match, unfortunate shots from the FV just hitting the ground and not quite hitting his targets, but great job. Last one, this bat chat. Now he is behind this house, but there was a path that led up to it, which did take him up to that area. And he goes to his grave right there. I think it was just a little bit of lag, but it was funny how he was just dying and it like slowly goes down into the ground. So anyway, great first game. Now we're going to go to Alpenstadt and see how they do. Going from a lot of different perspectives here. Now, I say this in a lot of my vids, but if anyone wants to join or help with the vids, everyone is welcome to join. I love more the merrier. It doesn't matter in terms of how good, how bad, anything. Honestly, all are welcome. We try to give everyone turns, which is what we're doing here. We get a lot of people in the training rooms. If you want to join my Discord. Make sure you get the movie crew roll. That way you can get the announcements of when I put a room together, and everyone's welcome to join. Now the T-95 is actually a strategic choice because just like in Normandy when they were fighting, the tanks all kind of found themselves as they came into this battle together that they had to stay on the roads and they couldn't really go anywhere else when they found themselves stuck in this situation facing each other, which is a great place for a T-95 to be, right in front of the enemy on the front lines, not having to worry about its sides and flank so much. Being a light tank on this made it a lot harder because you had to really, even though you still had that speed and maneuverability, you still had to try and follow those paths to get to your destination. Now here in the town, it's actually a bit easier just with the roads all in between. Now this match was actually quite funny. I'm not sure what happened. There was a player on each side who, one was AFK for a bit of time and then he came into the game, and then one other player went AFK and then he like started fighting again. So it was like kind of funny to see it. So close. And this T-95 is doing a good job staying real close to the buildings. Taking his time to get some good shots. Now this is when one of the other players ended up going AFK. There's the ISU 152, and then he just ends up coming back into the game. So it's just funny how each side had an AFK player for like a period of time through the game. I was thinking this would have been an invalid match, but because each side had an AFK player at different points of the game, I was like, it was kind of entertaining. We'll just keep it and throw it in here. So you see this ISU 152 just like not even moving. And honestly, it's a little risky because you think, okay, well, maybe I just want to go ahead and take the shots on him. Like, I don't know, maybe he won't come back. Let me just save my shots for the other guy. And this is what's great about the T-95, just staying close to the buildings. Now this ISU does come back, puts the T-95 in a rough place. That ISU has great penetration, and that finishes the second round. So another great game by the subscribers. Gonna go into a different map. The next one we're gonna do is Falls Creek. Another one that has a lot of these dirt paths, but also a lot of grass. Once again, everyone trying to stay only on the dirt paths and roads and cannot be on the grass. You'll have to let me know in the comments below what you would think of this challenge, how you would think you would deal with it, if this would actually be a bit more challenging or not. It's kind of interesting because when I think about it, a lot of tanks historically, some of them could only function, as a matter of fact, only on flat ground. They actually didn't do very well when the ground became too uneven. An example of this was the KV-2. Because of its really tall and big turret, if it got itself on areas that were too sloped, its turret would actually have a really difficult or hard time moving, from what I understand. Oh, quite the ricochet. I always find it so funny when one shell ends up bouncing off one enemy and then ends up hitting another one. I don't know if any of you guys have experienced it. I've seen it a couple times. It is pretty funny. Kind of on different sides here of the map. Now there is a path that did lead up to where that IS-4 is. It really does place a lot of limitations while trying to do this by only playing on the roads. I mean, just look at that. He's trying to stay on the path. Seriously, just subscribers are awesome. Doing such a good job following the challenge to the T. Honestly, interesting shot there. It looked like it hit the upper plate of that E50 where it was completely red, and it showed that it penned. So only a few tanks left here, and then we've got one last match after this. And I want to give a special shout out and a thank you for all my patrons and those that are members supporting my channel. Thank you so much. So great game. Now, oh, actually, have to find the last one. Just gotta hunt down the survivor. It's always so intense when you're the last tank from your team and you're either trying to hide or get away. The adrenaline just spikes. I think we all know how that's like. And that is it. So as mentioned, we've got one last map we're going to try this on, and it is vineyards. So here we go. Here they go, moving toward the town. A lot of flexibility there because basically all of town is just like just one big road. Some kind of going off and trying to find some different paths to get into a strategic location. That Ho-Ri always impresses me with its armor. For how flat that armor is, that is got some very, very impressive armor. We do have some tanks just outside the town trying to stay on the paths. Oh, and two down on one side, just one tank down on another. Oh, another one just fell. Now, playing in the town makes it a bit easier, not having to try and concentrate on the paths as much. The paths get a little narrow and windy through the outside areas of the town. So there it is, Sheridan trying to follow those paths. And just one left. So honestly, fun challenge. It was really fun to watch. Hope you guys enjoyed the vid. Got a lot of other subscriber requests and fun ideas for you. You guys stay cool and keep tanking.